Hello everybody, been a while since we've done one of these, racing as the pole sitters with the real grids up behind, and we're racing for the Nordschleife, the Nurburgring, the old Nurburgring, for the first time on pole was Alberto Ascari, and there's already a yellow flag up, but avoiding the chaos behind, taking off very nicely indeed, and with any luck we'll never lose the lead in this race, so we can just explore the circuit. I braked a little bit too late there and carried a little bit too much speed through, just scraping the hay bale, but still in the lead, and already with 2 seconds over Jose Frolian Gonzalez, the winner of the British Grand Prix, in my hands of course. Now we are going down the straight, and we don't need to look behind. They're already 4 seconds behind. Villoresi has just got up into second place, but we can focus on this track. It is a very unique track, obviously in the end taken off of the calendar because it was too dangerous, but that is 25 years away yet, so plenty of time to see how the cars evolve around the Nurburgring for this race, the first race, and we'll see how the 1951 cars dealt with it. And so far, dealing okay, nice and comfortable, and out of the first few turns, and yeah, quite straightforward in this Ferrari. I think it will be today, as long as I don't make any mistakes, because this track is, I've raced on it a few times now, and I'm starting to sort of pick up on certain corners, but it's really, you know, it's so long that it's really hard to learn. Like, once again, getting a little bit of a weird line there and get away with it. But yeah, it's really hard track to learn. And although I will quite often now arrive at a part of the circuit, I'm like, oh yeah, I know where I am, and I know roughly how far along the lap I am. But realistically, am I ever going to learn this circuit? I think I'm going to have to race on it an awful lot to know instinctively which corner was which. I know this is a long straight bit now, and we're now nearly 15 seconds ahead of Luigi Villoresi in second place, going over the bridge and continuing on the straight into the wilds of the Nurburgring. And well, here we go, the Eiffel Mountains, isn't it? I'm assuming it's actually in them, the Eiffel Mountains. I haven't looked at the geography, but I know they surround the new Nurburgring, so I'm guessing this is them on the old Nurburgring. And we will get into a hilly section a bit later as well. So here we go then, down the straight, working very nicely as the long straight can get up towards the Ferrari's top speed at 134 miles an hour, dropping down just out of caution. I think I probably could have gone a little bit quicker through there, but just want to make sure that we're all right. And going down to this corner, I know that there is a nasty gravel trap that comes there from, I think, 1952 onwards. There we go, under the bridge that Villoresi jumped over in what I believe was the previous results carry series in either 52 or 53. A really impressive stunt that was. But now we're in the car and we're driving along. We're not doing the TV mode today, and the no player mode as it's known in this game. But here we go through and round into another big stop from a long straight and a little chicane, and then it twists around again. This is the corner that often catches me out. I often end up on the grass there. Very rarely off, just like the first corner really, just going a little bit too deep. Didn't that time, I went a little bit deep, but I managed to keep it on the track, so all is good there. We are 3 minutes into this, should be about a 10-minute long race. We're doing a one-lap race here, and comfortably leading. The gap now up to 28.5, going on to 29 seconds. So yeah, comfortably leading this race. Just got to avoid mistakes and in order to win it, and I'm not backing off particularly. I'm fairly pushing. I mean, I am trying to have a little bit of caution, keep a little bit in reserve, but not a lot. I'm just, not really sure where the circuit goes, but you know, we'll go with it, we'll flow with it. And when you do get a lap around the Nurburgring and you manage to drive it, or it feels quite quick, even though you haven't got a clue where you're going, it feels quite nice, and it's very, very satisfying, because this track, to get it right, or even to get little sections of it right, is massively rewarding, because I am fully aware of the challenge of it. I'm fully aware of the challenge it must have posed the Formula One drivers in the 1950s through to the 1970s. Here we go, another little bridge over, well, I'm assuming there's a little road underneath. I don't know in real life it's a road or a river, but here we go, up into the hilly part now, up the hill, round the turn, and yeah, picking up speed okay as we go up the side of the hill there, and yeah, going through onto another section. So yeah, it's quite a long track, so there will be a little bit of waffle, but I don't mind a little bit of waffle. I think well, what do you want, an awkward silence? No, I won't give you an awkward silence today. We're going to keep talking through, and I'll try to talk you through my thought processes throughout the race. Not that I can remember them, because yeah, so many corners, so overwhelming. You're just trying to keep it on the road and trying not to take too much out of the car, trying not to damage it, but also trying to be fast enough to win. Well, I think that one is sorted with 38 seconds ahead of Gonzalez now. And although, yeah, the position counter says I'm in third, but that is because, as you will have noticed, this track and the banked track at Monza, they are two of the main perpetrators where someone retires, goes to the pits, and the computer gets muddled up and thinks that they are ahead, but in actual fact the game has just reset them to the pits after they've retired. So it's saying that I'm in fifth at the moment, but I can assure you I am still very much in the lead. I backed up a little bit there because I didn't really know what was coming. I wanted to be a bit cautious, and I think that was with good reason. But we come through now, and again backing off because not really sure. It looks quite tight, and it is quite tight here. Emerging out, still running a little bit wide, getting a little bit of grass there, but we're doing fine. We're still leading. We're now well over halfway through, and here's the corner. I can never decide whether to go on the inside of the different colour tarmac, on the outside of it, or on it, and I've lost a little bit of time there through not being able to commit and getting slidey at the rear. But still, all is good. It is a Sunday afternoon drive, or actually recorded this on a Saturday, so we'll say a Saturday afternoon drive for me. But very pleasant. Getting to drive the 1951 Ferrari, nothing like seeing the magic of that prancing horse logo on the side of the car you're driving. All of the history with it, all of the prestige, and regardless of how much of a mess Ferrari are in and how long they've been without a title, there is always some sort of pride. Even on a video game, when you get into one of these red cars, there is nothing quite like it. And even in the early 1950s, when all of the cars from Italy are red, there's nothing like being in a Ferrari. And Alberto Ascari, I'm sure, can feel that as he navigates the twists and turns of the Nurburgring. We're now 7 minutes through, so only about another 3 laps of me waffling whilst trying not to crash at the Nurburgring. Going on, coming over another bridge. And this is how we know we are getting towards the final section of the circuit. The timing screens are a little bit crazy, and Chiron apparently is now in second, but he's not running as the lack of time, the lack of a timing bit next to his name will indicate. But here we go, through, all twisty, but this is quite a bit of a fast twisty section now, so yeah, got to try to keep the momentum up if I was being chased, but because I have such a comfortable lead, I'm not too worried about that momentum. I just want to race it and finish up quite nicely and make sure that this win does go through, hoping for no mechanical failures. That's the only other thing that could thwart my hopes and dreams in this race. Twisting around a little bit there, and yeah, going very, very nicely now onto a bit of an open section, few trees around, but nothing too major, and continuing to lap as strong as again. Oh, I've got it wrong, and I've hit the fence on the outside with quite a bang actually. Haven't got any damage. I have. The car is trying to pull off to the left a bit, so maybe a little bit of damage on the suspension. And yeah, these early 1950s cars aren't really strong. If you go off and hit something, you might get away with it, but you're going to be fighting the steering for the rest of the lap. So now this is not going to be such a pleasure driving. I run a little bit wide again, and now I've got the damage, which is making the car a little bit harder to handle. But I can still run with this. I can still win this race. I'm going to try my absolute best to keep it up. I'm over a minute ahead of luigivilloresi, so there is no desperate need to push, but we're in a long straight now. It'd be nice to not have a damaged car, because I am having to fight against the car, and that means I'm not quite going to reach the top speed, because I'm just fighting a straight line, and every time you twist, it scrubs a little bit of speed off. So we're stuck at about 130 to 132 miles an hour here. But we come down, there's a bridge ahead, and that will signal us in towards the very last part of this Nordschleife lap, and going through very nicely indeed, very comfortable. Apart from the damage, I'm still not particularly worried about losing the win, as long as I stay on the ball and stay focused enough to not make another mistake. I can't afford to do what I did there again. Over the last little bridge, and got a bit of air and quite slidey. It's really difficult there. I don't know how the drivers managed to do that in real life, but got a little bit of air And we're about to cross the line and take the victory here at the Nurburgring. Great start for a first visit to Nurburgring on this channel, driving it. And yeah, Ascari with a win. Fantastic result. And a long way, we'll go to the results screen to see who finishes second, because I'm not going to give you a minute of waffle when you've just had 10 minutes of it, waiting for the second place finisher to finish. There we go. Ascari, Gonzalez, Filoresi, Branca, Rosier, the point scorers. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and check out some more of my videos as well. Take care. See you soon.